Battle Through the Heavens, Chapter 132, The Fierce Clash of Two Dou Huang level sovereigns. The aerial duel between the mysterious woman and the amethyst-winged Lion King escalates into a catastrophic display of power. As the surrounding forest is reduced to ruins by the shockwaves of their confrontation, a young witness watches in silent dread from the shadows. The stage is set for an even more violent collision as wind and flame threaten to tear the very sky asunder.
The mysterious woman waved her hand, and a massive tornado shrieked across the sky. It roared with a violent wind, tearing toward the amethyst-winged Lion King and shredding everything in its path. Below the storm, the forest was ripped open, exposing the yellow earth as magical beasts fled in a blind panic.
Xiaoyan gripped a tree branch with white-knuckled intensity. Yao Lao's protection kept him from being swept away, but his throat went dry as he watched the world around him turn to chaos. The amethyst-winged Lion King let out a guttural roar. Its wings snapped tight, and a column of violet fire erupted from its head, splitting the air to meet the oncoming storm. The two massive forces collided like a hammer hitting an anvil. For a heartbeat, the world went silent. Then, a thunderous boom shook the mountain range. Wind and fire tore at each other, warping the very air until the energy finally spent itself in a final echoing explosion. Before the smoke could clear, the mysterious woman blurred. She moved like a bolt of lightning, cutting through the lingering energy to appear behind the Lion King. Her strange longsword lashed out, a high-speed wind blade forming at the tip like a spinning emerald saw. Metal clanged against crystal. Her blade struck the beast's hide again and again, leaving only faint white scratches that vanished moments later. The Lion King ignored the stinging blows and swung its head, a half-meter burst of violet flame shooting from its horn. The woman narrowed her eyes at the heat, her fingers twisted into a complex seal. A violent gale surged in front of her, forming a shield that snarled against the violet fire. Seeing its flames fail, the Lion King's eyes glowed with a predatory light. It swung a massive claw, trailing a brilliant violet arc that tore through the air with a piercing screech. The woman's posture stiffened. She flapped her wings, summoning a massive windshield to meet the blow. The claw slammed home, shattering the shield into 1,000 green shards that scattered into the wind. The beast's raw physical power was terrifying. The Lion King roared again, its massive frame twisting with a speed that defied its size. It lunged, refusing to give her a moment of peace. The woman retreated, weaving through the air to stay out of reach. She knew better than to trade blows with a monster of that strength at close range.
Zhao Yan watched the sky ripple with every exchange. He swallowed hard, realizing that even the shock waves of this fight would be enough to kill a Dou Qi or a Dou Qi instantly.
Yao Lao spoke in his mind, his voice calm.
Both are Dou Huang level. Their strength is nearly equal, and unless someone uses a real trump card, this could go on forever.
Xiaoyan looked at the sun.
The Lion King is fire attributed,
he said softly.
Sunlight fuels it. It will get weaker once the sun goes down. It has to finish this fast.
Yao Lao chuckled.
You have a sharp eye, boy.
Xiaoyan focused on the beast's hide.
I think those crystals absorb solar energy to power its violet flames. Master, can an alchemist refine that violet fire?
Don't go getting wild ideas.
Yao Lao replied.
That flame is born within a magical beast. It is harder to tame than a heavenly flame, and not nearly as powerful. It is a bit stronger than Dou Qi fire, but it is not worth the effort.
Xiaoyan fell silent, his eyes locked on the rare spectacle.
The commotion had awakened the mountain's ancient inhabitants. Beast roars echoed through the peaks as powerful creatures emerged to watch. Only a few had the right to stand near this battlefield. Xiaoyan spotted 3 massive shapes on the surrounding peaks, 5th-rank magical beasts, each a match for a Dou Huang. Xiaoyan shivered. 1 6th-rank king and 3 5th-rank lords in just this corner of the range. This was enough power to wipe out an entire army. Yet none of the beasts moved to help the Lion King. To interfere with the King of the East would be a lethal insult to his pride.
The battle raged until the sun touched the horizon. As the light began to fade, the Lion King suddenly stopped its pursuit. Its red eyes burned with impatience and royal fury.
Human woman, you have pushed me too far.
The beast growled, its voice vibrating through the trees.
Give me the amethyst spirit stone, and I will never trouble you again.
The woman replied. She remained poised, a faint whirlwind dancing around her.
Then die.
The king roared. Violet light erupted from its body, so intense it drowned out the setting sun.
Here it comes.
Xiaoyan whispered, his heart hammering against his ribs.
Below them, even the 5th-rank beasts scrambled backward in fear. The mysterious woman felt the energy in the air turn jagged and strange. She braced herself, her own wind-based Dou Qi howling around her. The violet light compressed instantly into a concentrated beam only half a meter wide.
A seal?
Yao Lao muttered, surprised.
Some high-level beasts are born with sealing techniques. She is in trouble.
The dark violet beam shot forward like a streak of lightning. It crossed the distance in a blink.
Amethyst seal.
The Lion King's roar shook the mountains. The woman's face went pale. She poured her Dou Qi into a final, desperate technique.
Wind roll. Gale dance.
Massive wind blades formed in the air, spinning together into a funnel of steel-like air. The violet beam slammed into the funnel with the force of a falling star. The wind blades shattered, and the beam, though dimmed, punched through her remaining shields and struck her chest. The Lion King lunged immediately, its claws extended. 5 violet talons slashed toward her chest.
Wind's edge. Falling moon.
Just as the claws reached her, the woman's sword vibrated. A thin, dark ray of light, no thicker than a thumb, shot from the blade. The air itself seemed to tremble. The Lion King jerked its head aside, but the ray was too fast. It sheared through the beast's horn, slicing the hardest part of its body in 2. The king let out a scream of agony. His claw slammed into the woman's chest with a sickening thud. Metal groaned. The woman spat a spray of blood, her face turning ghost white. She twisted in midair, her wings snapping with a desperate burst of speed. She became a blur of light, vanishing over the horizon before the beast could strike again. The Lion King stared at the empty sky, blood dripping from his stump. He threw his head back and let out a roar of pure, murderous rage.
The mountains trembled, and several peaks crumbled under the force of his voice.
Search the forest. Find her.
His red eyes scanned the woods below, his killing intent so thick that every beast in the mountains fled for their lives.